Hi everyone, welcome to Island Vibe Cooking with me, Rose. Today, all of my Chipotle lovers gather here because today I am showing you guys how to make Chipotle at home. Okay, this recipe is amazingly delicious, made with fresh ingredients, so let's begin. I have a little bit under 2 pounds of skinless, boneless chicken thighs that I'll be using. You can use chicken breast as well. I have 2 ancho peppers in here. They're nice and soft because I pour some hot water to them just to make them, to soak them up so they can be nice and soft. I have a 1 tablespoon of Chipotle and adobo sauce here. It's very spicy, so be careful with that. I have some onion and garlic in here, and to season we're going to be using oregano, cumin, salt, ground black pepper with a little bit of chicken bouillon. So I'm going to blend all of these ingredients here in my blender. What we're doing right now is a marinade to marinate the chicken. So I'm going to add the peppers in there. And also I have a little bit of the onion that I'm going to add in, 1 garlic, the chipotle, and adobo sauce. And I'm going to add the seasoning in. And now I'm going to use some of that water, not a lot, just to make sure it blends. So that should be good. And then we're going to cover it and blend it. The marinade is nice and ready, nice and smooth. I am going to pour a little bit of oil to my chicken before I add it in. Just mix it up just like this. And this smells so good already. So I'm going to pour that into my chicken. Just pour that in, just like this. Perfect. Now we're going to give that a mix. You can put this in a Ziploc bag and just place it to your fridge. You can do this the day before if you like. Now I'm going to let that sit for now, just to marinate for about 30 minutes while I work on my other ingredients. I'm going to cover it, allow it to marinate for about 30 minutes. Now we're going to be working on our cilantro lime rice. So I have a pot here. I'm gonna be using 2 cups of jasmine rice. So I'm using 4 cups of water. I'm going to pour that in. I'm going to add a little bit of oil in there, about a tablespoon. And I'm going to cover, allow that to come to a boil. The water is boiling. I am going to add in my rice. Like I said before, I'm using jasmine rice, and I like using jasmine rice because it's fluffy once it's done cooking. It's always my to-go rice. And make sure you wash it. It is nicely washed before I add it to the water. Okay. As you adding your rice, try your best not to add additional water from the rice to your pot. That can cause your rice to be kind of mushy if there's too much water in there. Now give that a stir just like that. I'm going to add some bay leaves in there. This is going to add a nice aroma to your rice, maybe 1 or 2. And also I have some salt I'm going to add in. Give it another stir. And I'm going to cover it for about 10 to 12 minutes so it can be nice and cook. While the rice is cooking, I'm going to be working on my cilantro and my lime juice. So I have 1 lime here. I'm going to cut that in half. I'm going to squeeze the juice into a small bowl. Squeeze that in just like so. I'm going to use the other one and squeeze that juice. It's going to be a little bit sour, but not too much. Next, I'm going to chop my cilantro. I'm using a lot of cilantro because I am going to be using some of it for my salsa. So that's why I'm using a whole bundle. And now I'm going to place them to a bowl, just like that. And I'm going to set it aside. The rice been cooking for about 10 minutes now. I'm just going to fluff it. It's not done yet. Just fluff it up. And then we're going to let it cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. As you can see, it's almost there. I can smell the bay leaves. That's amazing. Just cover it once more for about 5 more minutes. Then it should be ready. The rice is nicely done. It smells amazing because of the bay leaves. I'm going to remove the bay leaves and set them aside. And then I'm going to pour the rice in this bowl right next to me. So let's pour it in here. Turn that off. Pour it in here. I'm going to add it in. Love me some white rice. This is what I always get when I go to Chipotle. The white cilantro lime rice. So good. All right, now I am going to add some of that cilantro right into my rice. Now this is up to your preference. If you like it with a lot of cilantro, you can add as much as you want. Now I'm going to drizzle that lime juice in there. Give it a mix, just like this. I'm going to add a little bit of that cilantro in there. Needs a little bit more. Mix it up. And then we're going to set that aside for now while we're working on our chicken. Okay? Going to set that aside for now. Coming up, I'm going to share with you guys my secret on how to achieve a juicy pan-seared chicken. Stay tuned.
We got a few new phrases the kids are out there saying, and I want you to tell us what you think they mean.
McMillan and Mara.
Donald Duckin.
I went to graduate school.
Every Thursday.
To avoid terms like this.
And this is what my life has come to.
All right, next one.
Cambridge.
Okay, Mr. Harvard. Proxy beef.
Oh, I know what this is. This is when you don't have a problem directly with the person.
How did you
but
know
the person,
this?
because I speak English. Proxy.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando Mario me dijo que tenía problemas en el trabajo, que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él. Y quiero que me apoyen, que me entiendan y que me quieran.
What's going on, Claudia?
I'm in the White House, and if I'm not on the show tomorrow, then something happened.
You're in prison.
TGIF.
Listen to what you just said. You are broadcasting your show from the White House. If that is not the hope and the dream of the slaves, then I do not know what is.
Live and interactive.
I just met the White House press secretary, and she knows me, and I think she knows me from T. I said, I have to go broadcast. She goes, oh, that's right, you're live. And I'm like, you know about us.
On Fox Soul.
It's time to cook the chicken. I have the chicken right here, cast iron nice and hot. I am going to drizzle some olive oil in here, about 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil. Then I am going to add in my marinated chicken. They look well seasoned, well marinated. They've been sitting there for about 30 minutes, so there's gonna be lots of flavor into this chicken. So I'm going to place it right in. Nice and hot. Just like this. Beautiful. It smells amazing already. I'm going to let the chicken cook for about 8 minutes per side, or until they're nice and golden brown and cook, obviously. Then I can flip it over. I'm going to flip them over now. They are looking amazing, smelling amazing. Flip that over. Put this here. Just allow this side to cook for another 6 to 8 minutes. Then we can take it out. Time to take the chicken out. Let me tell you, it smells absolutely delicious. It smells so good. It's looking nice and juicy. So delicious. Can't wait to dive in. It looks too good. We're going to let the chicken rest for now while we work on our guacamole. Now we're ready to make the guacamole. I am using 2 small avocado here. We're going to slice it like this in half. And all you gotta do is just twist it. There you have it. You're going to grab your spoon and just scoop that out. Scoop it out just like so. I'm going to remove the seed. Scoop the other one out. I love avocado. I can eat it with basically anything. Just basically slice it the same way. Twist it. And it's best to use super ripe avocado for this recipe. Okay. Turn it that way. Now we're going to cut our jalapeno. This is spicy. I'm going to remove the seeds. Slice it in half. Remove the core. Could be spicy. Even though I'm using my hands, be careful with this because it's spicy, okay? If you like it extremely spicy, you can use the core too, just not the seeds, obviously. Now you're going to finely chop these. I'm going to finely chop them. Just like so. Now I'm going to add that right in my bowl. Just like this. Now I am going to chop up my red onion. I'm using about 1/4 of that. We don't need too much of the red onion. Like I said, finely chopped. Unless you, I don't like the big chunk of everything, so that's why I like to chop them up finely. And before my eyes start running and tearing up, I have a cup of water next to me to prevent that. So I think that should be enough of this red onion. I love this. Everything just smells so fresh. Okay, so delicious. Now I'm going to add the onion right in here. I'm going to add a little bit more of that chopped onion in there. I'm going to add some cilantro. And then we're going to season with some salt and pepper. Now we're going to add 1 lime in there. The lime will prevent the avocado from, or the guacamole from turning black. So let's squeeze that in. Just like this. Squeeze that in. Like I said, everything smells so fresh in here. Give that a nice little mash. Once you have something like this, nice and creamy, it is ready pretty much. Homemade guacamole. Perfect. We're going to set that aside while we work on our salsa. To make the salsa, I have my red onion already chopped up. I'm going to add it to my bowl here. Just a little bit of that. And I am going to dice up my jalapeno the same way. I'm going to remove the seeds and the core, of course. Can be very spicy if you leave in the seeds and the core. Especially the core, you can leave that in too if you like it spicy. Now I'm going to dice that up. Add that in. Now I'm going to add in my tomato. Dice it again, once more. I'm going to add my tomatoes right in here. Next, I am going to add some of that cilantro in there. Also, I'm going to squeeze 1 lime. Some lime juice in there. Perfect. Go ahead. Going to add the other. Squeeze that in. And I'm going to season this with a little bit of salt and pepper. Give it a mix, just like so. And there you have it. Going to set that aside for now. This is about 24 ounces of beans, canned beans. I am just going to season it very lightly. If you have time, of course, you can make it from scratch, but we don't have time. So I'm going to pour that into my pot. It's a little hot. Now I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter. I like to season it with onion and garlic powder with a little bit of ground black pepper. Just a little bit. I'm going to give that a stir just like that. And I'm going to allow the butter to melt. Once that is melted, it's nice and warmed up, it is ready. We are getting ready to make our bowl. So I am going to dice up the chicken. And as you can see, it's nice and juicy and of course flavorful. Dice it up just like this, and it smells absolutely delicious. All right, lots of chicken. This can be at least 4 to 5 servings, I will say. The 4 chicken thighs. Perfect and juicy. When I go to Chipotle, I always ask for chicken. I know some people like the steak. For me, I like the chicken, not the new one. They have the original chicken. That looks absolutely amazing. Now let's make a bowl.
Up next is my favorite part, the plating and of course the taste test. Also, I have the perfect cocktail to go along with that. Stay tuned.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
What's going on, Claudia?
I'm in the White House, and if I'm not on the show tomorrow, then something happened.
You in prison.
TGIF.
Listen to what you just said. You are broadcasting your show from the White House. If that is not the hope and the dream of the slaves, then I do not know what is.
Live and interactive.
I just met the White House press secretary, and she knows me, and I think she knows me from T. I have to go broadcast. She goes, oh, that's right, you're live. And I'm like, you know about us.
On Fox Soul.
Welcome inside the black box.
So you guys ready to have some fun?
Forget the acting studio. I'm here with you guys.
Creativity will find its way. It doesn't matter what the ethnicity is.
Television and movies are the mediums of stereotypes.
Just because we all have the same color don't mean we have the same experience.
Your uniqueness is your greatness.
Welcome inside the black box.
Every Monday on Fox Soul.
All right, we are ready to make a bowl. So I have the rice here. I'm going to add 1 scoop of that rice on the side. Everything just smells so good. I cannot wait to dive in, you guys, especially the chicken. I'm going to add lots and lots of chicken in there. That looks so good. So yummy. Perfect. I'm going to add some lettuce on the side, just like that. To my rice, I'm going to add some black beans. Love the black beans, of course. Now we're going to add in the salsa, lots of it. That looks so good. Now I'm going to add in some corn. This is roasted corn. Going to add that in. I love corn, by the way. I love everything, okay? I'm not a picky eater. I'm going to add in my fresh guacamole right in the middle. That looks so good. Might need to add a little bit more of that corn in just to make, ooh. All right, now I have to add some sour cream in here. I'm sorry, I love sour cream. Now I'm going to add in my sour cream. I'm going to add some cheese, mozzarella cheese. You can add as much as you want. Don't want to cover everything. And to garnish, I have a few slices of lime here that I'm going to add just on the side of the bowl. And that's pretty much it. How beautiful is this bowl? Doesn't it look absolutely delicious? Oh my gosh. Let's give it a try, all right? I love me some sour cream, some mozzarella cheese, you know, all the shebang. I love all of that. So let's give it a try. That chicken look juicy. OMG, you guys, this tastes absolutely delicious. Like this, I can say it's better than Chipotle because the chicken is seasoned to perfection, okay? The guacamole, everything is fresh, okay? Absolutely delicious. I hope you guys try it out. I hope you guys can try this out because it's definitely a 10 out of 10 would make again type of recipe. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make a delicious drink. After this amazing meal, I am going to show you guys how to make pina colada. Very easy to make. Of course, it's delicious. So let's begin. All right, here's what you need to make this pina colada. I am using cream of coconut. I have some pineapple juice. I have some rum here. You will need some cherry to garnish. Once you're done, you're gonna need some ice, of course, and your blender as well. Be sure to place this in the freezer just to keep everything cool. And I have a pineapple. You don't really have to use a pineapple, but I like to use it as to garnish and also for the real flavor of that pineapple. To begin, I am going to cut my pineapple. Before you start using your pineapple, obviously be sure to wash this pineapple. So I'm going to cut the bottom. And this part is where it's really, really sweet. Okay, I'm gonna use that later. I'm not going to use a lot of the pineapple because we have pineapple juice. This is for the actual real pineapple flavor. That's why I'm using it. Going to cut the skin off. And if you like the skin of the pineapple, you can make a pineapple tea with it. It's really good. Has lots of vitamins. I'm going to cut it into small pieces so I can blend it. Alrighty, perfect. Place them in here. We're going to start by pouring 1 cup of ice into our blender. Next, I'm going to add some of the pineapple chunks in there. Put this instead. This one has that in there, so like this. And next, I'm going to add in my cream of coconut. I'm going to use just a little bit of it. This is all natural, so don't be scared if it looks a little funny or weird. So let's grab a spoon and pour that in here. Pour that in. I'm going to use half of that. Also, we're going to pour some of that pineapple juice, just a little bit of that in there. We're going to add our rum, about 6 ounces. You can add more if you like, obviously. So about 6 ounces of that. Now we're going to cover it and blend. All right, now we are ready to pour our pina colada to a cup. It looks so good. Perfect. Now I'm going to add some of the pineapple as to garnish with some cherry on top. Maybe one. One is enough. And there it is. Maybe another one should be. Another one. Another cherry for good luck. There you go. Cheers. Your pina colada is ready. Let's give it a try. So good. I'm telling you that real pineapple really make a difference. I made this before without the real pineapple. It don't taste the same. This one is 10 out of 10. So good. Absolutely delish. I hope you guys can make these recipes very, very soon. Don't forget, you can find all these recipes on my Facebook page, Island Vibe Cooking. Also, follow me on all of my platforms. Facebook, Island Vibe Cooking, YouTube, Island Vibe Cooking, Instagram, the same. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.